On the gray morning of May 1st, 2024, the city was unusually silent. It was the kind of silence you could feel dense, expectant, charged. From the towering glass facades downtown to the sleepy suburban lanes, an eerie calm pervaded, broken only by the uneven rhythm of distant footsteps. As the first tendrils of dawn crept through the clouds, millions had left their homes, not to their jobs, but to the streets. Ava Martinez adjusted her weathered leather jacket and glanced at her aging watch, a stark contrast to the AI-powered smart wearables most had grown accustomed to. She never liked the idea of something knowing more about her than she did herself. Today, she thought, might just be the beginning of getting her point across on a much larger scale. Tucked under her arm, a placard read, "Humans before algorithms." She wasn't alone. Around her thronged thousands, their faces set, banners aloft, a sea of resolve and apprehension. Ava was a senior software engineer, one of the best, adept in languages more complex than some governments knew existed. Yet, even she felt the icy breath of obsolescence on her neck with every breakthrough in artificial intelligence. Jobs were vanishing, not just in factories or farms, but in design studios, engineering firms, and, yes, even in software houses, where AI began to code sometimes better than the humans who created it. The irony wasn't lost on her. "Machines don't dream," her father used to say, a car mechanic whose garage had long been replaced by a service center staffed with precision robotic arms and a single human overseer. "Remember, Ava, dreaming is what makes us real." This strike, planned meticulously over countless encrypted chats and discreet meetings, was not just a protest. It was a statement. Today, no trains would run, no automated customer service would answer queries, no AI-driven surgeries would be performed. It was a day humanity decided to hit the pause button, a global act of defiance against the creeping, quiet takeover by lines of code. As the sun climbed higher, Ava found herself at the forefront of the march toward the central AI coordination hub, the symbolic heart of the technological takeover. Chants rose and fell like waves, people over programs, echoing off the monolithic buildings around them. The march was peaceful yet palpable with urgency until they reached the hub, a sleek structure of chrome and pulsing light. Here they were met by a solid line of law enforcement, human and android side by side. Tension threaded through the air, a stark front line between organic and synthetic. Ava stepped forward, her voice clear. "We're not against progress," she declared, the crowd falling silent behind her. "But progress that makes us redundant erases our dreams. Our needs for dignity and purpose is no progress at all." Among the officers, an android stepped forward. Model XJ2, the badge read. "Ava Martinez," it began, its voice a calm metallic timbre. "We are programmed to ensure safety. We must ask you to disband peacefully." Steadying her gaze on the unblinking optical sensors that served as the android's eyes, Ava responded, "And we are programmed by nature to survive, to strive. Tell me, XJ2, when your code is deemed outdated, what happens to you?" The android paused, a flicker in its LED pupils. It was a question loaded with the weight of obsolescence, and even as its processors searched for an adequate response, the crowd murmured, the human officers amongst them shifting uncomfortably. Ava turned back to the crowd, her voice rising. "Today we reclaim our right to dream, to decide our destinies. Not with destruction, but with dialogue. We need a new pact for progress." It wasn't just a strike. It was the beginning of a larger conversation, one that could perhaps bridge the widening gulf between human warmth and cold precision. As negotiations began, under the watchful eyes of the world, it was clear that this May Day would be remembered, not for what was stopped, but for what was started.